All right, kindergartners, so we're ready for our T sort this week. Here's the supplies you're going to need. Glue, crayon, scissors, your T sort from class this morning, which was page 60 in your turn book, and you're going to need your Smartbook. Miss Light's Smartbooks are red, Miss O's Smartbooks are blue. So get all your materials out and we'll get started. All right, now to find the place where we're gonna start, do you remember the last time I told you we have that magic notebook bookmark to help us find where we're going to go? So I'm gonna look at the top for my bookmark and I'm gonna take my finger and go like this. And you see, I can turn right to the page where we're working. If you can't do it that way, you could also turn like this until you see the bookmark. And then you know that's the next blank page.
We aren't using a separate page today, boys and girls. This is the first time we're going to do our sound sort in our Smartbooks.
So instead of gluing this onto a piece of paper, we're going to be putting it in our Smartbooks. We think you're ready and responsible for using your Smartbooks. So let's get our notebook, our Smartbook we like to call it because it's going to help us get smart. We're going to get it ready. So just like last time, this notebook is kind of like 2-column notes, avid 2-column notes. We have a line down the middle, and we have a left column and a right column. On the left column, we're going to write, I'm going to move my bookmark over just a little bit. We're going to do the letter of the week. We're going to do an uppercase T, skyline to grass line, fly across the skyline. And then we're going to do a lowercase t, skyline to grass line. Do you remember where we cross? Fly across the plane line. Okay, then go on to the right column and do the same thing. Skyline to grass line, pick up, fly across the sky. Skyline to grass line, pick up, fly across the plane line. So we have a T side, we need a not T side. So I'm gonna say this is the not T side, so cross that off. And then we're ready to go. So the next thing we're gonna do is we already labeled our paper this morning in class. If you weren't in class, you can find page 60 and you can get your paper looking just like mine. We labeled all the things that start with T, like table, not this one, not this one, tomato, not this one, toothbrush, and tiger, and tent. And we told you this morning not to circle the tent. We're going to show you how to cut these out.
If you have not put circles around your other pictures, please do that now before we do the cutting.
So I have circles around my objects to make it easier for cutting. So now I'm going to start not with the tent. The tent's going to be last. And I'm going to make sure I have my scissors holding them correctly, fingers on the bottom, thumb on top. And I'm going to cut out all of the pictures along the lines that we circled.
Oh, Miss Light, you know what we forgot to do?
Stop! Thank you for stopping me. Before you cut, please go back. Flip it over. Luckily, I stopped before I finished cutting. Remember what we always do? We take our crayon and we scribble on the back. The scribbling helps us know that these pictures are not the ones that we're using, and this is the gluing side. So would you please make a gluing side? Pretend like you're putting glue all over the back. I almost forgot. Thank you, Miss O. Okay, now when you have your glued scribbled side, then you can cut them out. Whew, that was a close one. My first mistake. Okay, so we're gonna cut each of these out, all the ones around the outside, turning. Kind of like driving in a circle around the streets. Turning, open, shut, open, shut, open, shut, turning. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna cut out this alligator. All right, so I cut out all the shapes that I had circled with the letters, but then I told you to leave the tent till last. Do you see what happened? I have all these scraps, but then I have the tent in the middle. There wasn't very much space for drawing a circle. So what I'm gonna do is just cut off, chop all these scraps around the edges of my tent. Scraps, scraps, cut, 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 scraps. and what I am left with is just a tent. So cut your tent out, cut off all the edges, make sure and throw your scraps away, and now we have all our pieces and we're ready for sorting. So I'm going to turn it around so you guys can see it the right direction. So now I have all my shapes, I have my Smartbook ready, I have my glue, I'm ready to go. Now I told you last time you have to be careful. You don't want to get glue on the pages because they will stick together. So we're not going to glue on the notebook, we're going to glue off the notebook. So the first thing I'm going to do is sort. So I'm going to sort all of these. So if this is a T, it goes on the T side, and I want to lay them out first so I can organize them, just like in math.
You can practice stretching the word out again if you need to double check.
Toothbrush, yes. Alligator is not T, so I'm going to put it on the not T side. Pencil, no, pencil is P. I'm going to put that on the not T side. Tomato, tomato is T. I'm going to put it on the T side. Do you see how I'm laying them out nice and organized? Table, table is T. Tiger, tiger is T. Ooh, I have a good spot right there for my tiger. See how I weighted and organized it? And my last one is sun. Sun is S, so that is not T. So now I have them organized. It's time to glue. And what I was saying is you don't want to glue on the notebook. So I'm going to take my glue, turn it up. How many times? 1, 2. 2 starts with T. And I'm going to make sure and take one at a time off the notebook, flip it over to the glue side that has scribbles on it, do a dab of glue, not too much, and then put it nice and neatly back in my notebook. I don't want to get extra glue on the notebook. So I'm going to take my tiger, find the glue side, a dab of glue around and a little bit in the middle, find a good place where it's organized, not upside down, and then stick it down. Each time making sure you take it off the notebook so you don't stick your pages together. I had a child stick all their pages together once and they were so sad. So please make sure you take your picture off the notebook, flip it to the scribble side, and glue. Then stick it back down nice and neatly. Make sure you have it ready before you stick it down. There we go.
When you're all done gluing, boys and girls, make sure you take a picture of your sort and put it onto Seesaw.
All right, children, we already put all our supplies away except for our notebook. Now, before you close your notebook up, there's one more thing we have to do with our Smartbook. We have to move our bookmark so it's ready for next time. That is being very organized. So remember I told you, you just pick up the front. Whoops, it's a magnet. You pull it out. And now we only want to move one page. So I'm just going to move the page that has a T on it. Make sure you only have one page in your fingers. And I'm going to lay it down like this with it open. Lay the page on top and then fold it over. And now it's stuck like a magnet. And next time I'll be ready to turn right to the very next page. And it's ready to go.
Take a picture of your letter T sort before you put your Smartbook away and upload it to Seesaw.